We're there.
You're already there?
9 a.m. Let's have lawyers.
I'm kind of maybe glad. I don't know if we recorded that, so that's good.
Oh, I'm dead serious. I'm telling you, man, like, think about that. I guarantee you that Elon walks around with like a lawyer within 15 minutes of him at all times.
Yeah, problem. I mean, especially you got to make decisions like that, you know, that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just
read this.
Save time. Yeah, read this. Tell me, okay. Then we'll go from there.
Or at the drop of a hat, if not, within 15 minutes of him, where he can access that lawyer 3 a.m. Let's go.
We got shit to do.
I just got busted with some blow downtown.
Yeah, I'm in Shanghai, and I need help.
I'm in Shanghai. I need a private jet.
I'm Shanghai.
I'm Shanghaied. That is hysterical, but that's the truth, dude.
That's the truth.
Like you said, even just to make decisions and like read through the fine print and shit.
Yeah, Viva Nepal. He's like, man.
That's why you never see anybody doing any business. They're just kind of eating lunch and bullshitting because the lawyers are always reading all the fine print.
They're just killing time.
That's what I mean.
They're just killing time. That's the best.
Really good at golf.
That's why they golf and like go. Yeah. You guys read this shit while we go play golf.
Yeah.
And they're fine.
We'll talk about getting more papers for you to read.
He's like, you go hit a white ball around and pay me $1,000 an hour to read it out.
Dude, that's the racket right there.
And then I'll play.
Yeah. then I'll play at the course that I own.
Yeah. Play in the morning.
Right. Whenever I want at that point.
So much to talk about. Ooh, is that Red Bull? Is that straight to the gas, baby? This guy. Okay.
No, it's always rain, because it's just
always rain.
Yeah, it's always raining here.
In the thunder. Jeez, dude, pumped to talk about. We got Ethereum blowing up. I got a free gym out of it, which I think I may not, but I may. Yeah, we'll see. I did say gym with that money. In fact, everything I said I wanted with that money, did. I played it for the short term. I played it for a bump to try to get this gym paid for. Bang, that was fun.
Nice, yeah. Set it up. What's the plan for the gym though? Give me like
Well,
you've talked about it, and I'm sure the idea morphs, right? Because you have room constraints, you have setup constraints, your tastes change when you start looking into it. You see the prices of this versus that, and how big this is versus that. So you start to change a little bit. That's why I love you actually just starting the thing. Yeah, there you go.
We got a little diagram.
You got a little design in it. Shit.
This is going to be, since this is the door that goes out, this is all I'm going to show you. That this part right here is the turf. So there's like a strip of turf down the middle,
Dude, I love that.
So if you wanted to do sleds or whatever,
they have that at my gym.
Could run out. Yeah, a lot of them do, but I like how it runs out the door. And it's not a huge space, but so I know the flooring is going to be probably $500, but yeah, man. So we'll see, but it's going to be nice flooring. Some big whiteboards on the wall.
Nicer flooring. You're right.
Big whiteboards on the wall.
That's a good idea.
Some mirrors on the wall, like my quarter, like my stuff's going to be in my face, like not work stuff, but like life, and you know what I mean. Stuff
what about
that's coming up
chalkboard paint instead of fucking whiteboards? Dude.
Well, hold on. I'm thinking chalkboard paint. So I've been looking at that stuff too. But sometimes when you put that stuff down, it doesn't really erase and it gets funky. But I still think even if the chalkboard, I think it can still look good. Yeah. So
You know what you should do too is make like one wall, like anybody can do anything to a wall.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. I'm moving my desk in there so that I'm working in there.
That's cool.
Because I want less friction. I'm going to have it where I wake up. I essentially put on like the workout pants because I run in pants all the time. And even the half marathon I did in pants. And
that's crazy.
Lady's like, are you running in pants? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I always run in
man.
Pants. Why
to each his own though.
Yeah. Like if I do it in training, why don't I do it in the thing? I wore a backpack full of water and stuff. And she's like, you gonna wear a backpack? I'm like, I wear it every time. Why not?
Yeah. Spartan race that had that thing on.
Play the way you train type of thing.
Sure.
Take the weight belt off, I guess. But
I'd have water in that shit. I'd have goo in there. I'd have the fucking
I was gooed up.
Salt pills. We would have all of that shit inside of our little pack. And we would trade carrying it. Me and Rachel would trade.
That's a good idea.
And then they had stations where you could get water, so what we would do is just fill the pack.
I mean, this was just on a half marathon. A lot of people were wearing like, shorts and a t-shirt thinking they're just going to get water at the turn or water at their thing, which They can, but I think unless you're like gonna run that thing in like 2 hours or less and you're in really good
Yeah.
shape, I think you need to bring your own hydration.
Oh
I think you
yeah,
need to
dude.
bring your
It's a
own
mistake
snacks.
if you don't.
Big mistake
It's a
if you don't.
mistake.
And
It
if you,
is.
especially like me, if you didn't train, because
Yeah.
I feel like I did pretty well. Actually, for
You didn't train, but you're not like a lazy bum.
no, that's true. But I think like a lot of people feel like they should be able to do it. But it is, if you're going to run the whole thing or at least jog the whole thing, it is a pretty good clip. Like 13 miles.
I
is a
ain't gonna
good-
lie. I couldn't.
good
I don't
test.
think I could run the whole thing like a full half marathon. I'd have to walk a little bit.
Yeah, there were times that I did, but
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, as soon as I started, or whatever, whenever it was time, it was cool because you like could look forward to the snack. Like, cool, I get to eat another half a waffle thing in like 30 minutes. So then you're like
Yeah.
looking forward to that. And you'll be
See, I
hitting the
would use
wall.
that kind of as my
Yeah,
advantage.
and then when
too.
you
Yeah.
take that,
it
then
gives you that boost.
you'll notice. And and it took me for a minute to correlate because all of a sudden, like 20 minutes later, I was like, man, I'm feeling good. I'm clipping. I'm
feeling
like,
good.
tick, 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 tick. And you're like, oh, that's that shit kicking in. That's that sugar kicking in.
Yeah, little
Yeah.
sugar, little
Carbs.
pickle juice,
Like, dude, you spilled all
some
that
relish, some
But there were-
relish,
Oh, I like that. Some
relish packets, dude. Dude, you learn all this shit on the Spartan Trail, bruh.
Relish packets. That's good.
Dude, they were
stuff.
everywhere. They were
That's
everywhere in those Spartan races.
funny.
Mustard,
Mm,
relish, salt tabs, all this stuff. Pickle juice. They
Fucking-
have pickle juice packets, like little shots. They came in
Yeah.
like little plastic shot glasses that people would hammer like
Dude.
like
Yeah.
this size. And
Yeah.
they'd be like fucking pickle juice. Cramps
Yeah.
gone like that.
assholes.
And
Yeah.
they would be right back on it,
They'd be like, "Pah, pah,
you know.
pah." Dude, my hip was locking. My hip was
Oh,
tight.
see, that's what I'm saying. Some stuff would start,
And
giving you some
so
questions.
here's the stuff. I never really have done a professional, whatever. Let's say that's a professional race where you have to, whatever. Register,
feel
go
you,
down
I
the
feel
road.
you.
Besides
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Spartan or the mud thing. So anyway, you get out there and you start off a little too fast because everybody's going fast.
Everybody
and
does.
You just get caught up with who. This was fascinating. You're running
I've
with
had
the
it
peop-
happen many
yeah,
times.
and that's why I want. I'm gonna know you can relate to this. So you're running around people, and then you're like, well, that guy's fucking.
Maybe we should
65.
back it
I should
off
be-
a little bit.
I should Well,
Yeah,
I
this
should be able
guy's
to kick this
18.
guy's ass over.
Yeah,
right?
this guy's 65. This guy's 18.
Yeah,
No, we're
You
all running
can't-
at the same pace.
you
right
can't
now, but
judge
hey,
anybody by anything, right?
Yeah.
So I
bro.
did that. I was running 10 and a half minute mile, and I'm like, dude, you're like an 11-minute mile guy, like especially in the beginning. Let's back this down. So I back it down. And these people are passing, then people are passing you, like the people that started after your wave are passing you. And you got to let that go. You got to be like, fuck it, dude. I'm not even mile 2.
It is a test.
Don't
in
throw
like
the game
ego.
plan. Yeah,
Yeah, because you're like, you're not passing me, motherfucker.
Like,
But eventually
you got a knee
you'll be
brace. I
crawling,
should be
and
able
this guy will be like, what the hell's with this guy? Like, why is he on the ground crawling? Whatever. So no, you can't pass me.
grabbing his ankle.
Sir. I'm telling you, man, it's so bad.
You get
Like I
that.
said.
You get that. But I
That's an
even saw the
ego
lady
check.
with the 2 knee braces, and I'm like, come
Listen,
on.
dude, I saw some
He's
guy with no
clipping me
legs
out.
beating me in the sand dunes in Vegas, bro. And I'm just like, wait,
Yeah.
you have no legs? And he's like, yeah. And I'm just like, that is unbelievable that you're out here kicking ass. And the guy's like, yeah, I love this shit. I go to like 50 a year or something. I'm like, what? I was
Wow.
like, that's incredible. He's like, yeah, it's my 3rd time around. It's always like their 3rd or 4th time around when I see these guys and I talk to them on the course. And I'm like, come on.
That's
I could
fucking awesome.
I can barely breathe right now with all the sand that I'm inhaling. And you've
Yeah.
done this 3 times for fun.
Yeah,
You're
he's
not
like,
even
come on,
sweating.
bruh. Yeah, and he just
Yeah.
takes off.
Yeah, he did. He passed me on
Yeah.
the next set of dunes. I was just
Dude,
like,
so this is what I learned though. That right there. You can't judge anybody by what they look like, how overweight they are, how
he had
whatever.
no legs.
Yeah, I know exactly. You can't judge that either. Then you're like, this guy's good. Well, then all of a sudden you just stick to your thing. And about mile 7, guess what? Old Jenny with the 2 knee braces is sitting on the side of the road catching her fucking
Karen.
wind. Then Karen for sure. And then Pat maybe. but
Hey,
they're-
16863.
and like you're just like, okay, boom, I passed them. And then all of a sudden the girlfriend
You
boyfriend
do
team
catch up.
on the
Yeah.
side of the road that looked like they knew what the fuck they were doing. They're like, they have no water. They have no like, and I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
give them
yeah.
a waffle, but I'm like, I might need this
Oh,
this
wow.
early. Yeah, those little waffle things.
Yep.
And
Those
I'm
honey
like,
ones.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Those are dope,
I
dude.
need this.
Stingers.
I'm like stingers. I'm like, I'm gonna keep that one right there.
Dude, I love fucking
And
stingers.
yeah, it was
Those are
cool.
dynamite.
I'll
Those
tell you
stingers
what.
will fucking.
Yeah, those things helped me. The one thing is I really kept the music in the book podcasting down to a minimum because
I don't even bring any shit like that, dude.
well, I
go
wasn't
straight
sure.
raw dog.
I listened to a book in the beginning, but then I needed to hear the crowd.
Yeah,
like you had to hear the people, and you need to hear people supporting other people and then cheering. And then there's guys on the side of the road that'll just be like, keep that pace, dog, keep that pace. And you're just like, I got to run my race.
Yeah,
just run my
race.
Right. Yeah.
You kind of get into it.
Like so then you get blocked back to the
like
thing.
you said, like you're a professional all of a sudden.
Yeah. Then you get to like mile 10 and it's like, okay, so I have like 3 miles left.
Dude, yeah, think about the thinking you can get done too during that. That's one of my favorite things too, is like you can come up with some really kick-ass stuff. That's why, like I always, make sure that I have my phone on me. Don't get me wrong, but I don't really listen to music really. I've tried it too. And what ends up happening is I get too sweaty and then like the headphones end up becoming
slip out or something. Oh,
like or like they slip out or like shit just gets wrong.
Sucked in.
Yeah, shit. Or it starts like you start to hear like water building up in your ear because it can't escape because of the earbud. But yeah, man. So I'm just like screw it. So I end up putting that stuff away and just going with it.
That's what ends up happening. Like eventually, well, so I get to mile 10 and I'm like, I need to just focus on my form because I'm getting sloppy. I'm getting tired. So if I just like focus on my form and I try to lock a couple techno songs in to try to get a little cadence.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Then I got into this little like mind zone.
I like that.
And then I had the music barely on. So I could hear the beat, but I could hear the crowd.
That's a smooth move.
That was kind of a nice move. And then all of a sudden I had this nice rush. And when I was like, I said this prayer as I had like 2 miles to go. I was like, and the sun was out and I was kind of running through like downtown. I had like kind of my arms out, just trying to feel it a little bit.
Yeah.
And like,
suck some energy in.
And then there was this sign right there. And the lady was like, she goes, something about great for you running or something like when you can't run anymore. Something about, I don't know. It was really deep. It was like something about like, run with use your heart, or also like run because you can is what it was. It's like run just because you can run.
Yeah.
Like, this, you're doing it just because you're able to, meaning like some people can't
physically
they could. Yeah. And so I don't know, it just hit me in a weird place. And I was like, I got the chills and I just like had like the last mile then locked in from that and just like got in.
And look at how much you remember.
Yeah, it was so fun.
You know what I mean? Like most times you do stuff in life and you remember a little bit, you can recall it for a little bit, and then it just kind of gets like filtered away.
That's a good point, dude.
But
that's
boom,
really good point. Yeah,
you remember a lot.
Yeah, that was fun. I think it was cool because I was by myself. It would have been fun to have a buddy, but then like, it's like people that are running together, but that's such like almost like a personal struggle. Unless you're doing like an adventure together is one thing,
sure.
But it'd still be cool, I guess, to do it with a friend.
It is cool to do it with somebody because I've done all my stuff pretty much with Rachel, but she's done some solo things.
Yeah.
And she loves the solo thing too.
I like
and I'm sure she likes me, or she likes solo because I'm not there bitching at her, especially in those Spartan races. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I probably wouldn't have been able to do some of the things, or I wouldn't have had the balls, or that's not the right word really. Maybe like it wouldn't be as easy. It's way easier to be more courageous and like kind of into it too when you have somebody else there. Especially if it's your first time maybe. But after that, then I think that you can, because you kind of know the drill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know how to register. You know how to get ready. You know where to put your bike for the triathlon, or where to put your shit for after the Spartan race where you have to wash off and shit. So you kind of know some of the ins and outs.
Yeah.
So then you could go out there, solo and go, I'm gonna fucking hit this thing and set a personal record. I'm gonna, and if you fuck up, you fuck up. You're not dragging anybody else back as you're crawling the last half mile. They're like, come on, Joel, you're never gonna jump over the fire.
He's never gonna do it, Barry. Let's go.
Let's just leave him. Okay. Someone will sweep him off.
Someone else will pick him up. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, there's guys that help guys like him.
No, I guess it depends on what it is, but it would be great to have a friend because when I got done, I was like talking to random strangers, like, how'd you do? I did
That's what I'm
great. You
saying,
did
man.
great. You did great."
Yeah,
But it was
right.
also cool
Check your
because we just
times.
bonded. Yeah, because we bonded. We all had just done it. But
It's so true.
the one other thing I was just saying that I learned, I guess, and then I'll have something I want to show you is
Uh-oh.
that
You
they'll
sure
always
you
say
want to
like
record this?
yeah, they'll always say like shit will come up, right? Like you don't know what's gonna come up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. While you're
And you're
running,
like,
right?
what the shit's gonna come up? Well,
I'm
okay,
feeling good.
so
I'm in a good
my
spot
hip
mentally.
thing was a little
Yeah.
weird.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I
mean
got that.
physically?
But
I
no,
was thinking
anything.
mentally.
No, well, yeah. But so for me, it was like all of a sudden on like mile 4 or 5, I had a
Mile
gel,
four.
like a goo thing, and it was an
Yeah, I
espresso
love
one.
that goo. Oh yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
like,
With some caffeine.
yeah, with a 45 grams of
Yeah,
caffeine, I was so
son.
pumped for it, and I was like gonna save
Hmm.
the net last one. But all of a sudden, like it got weird in my throat, and I was like, like, so then I'm like
And you like
hocking
over
loogies
focused
for
on
like a
it.
mile. Yeah,
Yeah, you over
like a
focused
mile.
on
I'm
it.
like, I couldn't get it out. And then I
Fucking
was like,
goo.
it's like allergies and goo. And then I'm like chugging waters, but you don't want to spit because there's people around and it's like COVID season. So like if you're
It's
spitting, you're like, oh,
COVID season.
I'm like, I'm like trying to for like 2 miles,
COVID
which I'm
season.
not running efficiently because I'm like, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I couldn't even drink water. Yeah, I'm like, so bad. Well, then finally that gets done. Well, then 2 miles after that, this like my ileostomy thing is like just coming off completely. I'm like, oh my god, it's
Oh,
not sticking to my body at all. Which
oh,
normally I can count on it being okay. So I got to think about what I was wearing. But I
there
was
you go.
just like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
I
you
was like,
learned about
fuck me. I'm like, now this thing, how am I gonna make it in? And I was like, all right, I've been
wow, dude.
so I like popped my
Curveballs.
shirts up a little bit and just left my like tank top over it and let the air dry it, thinking it would dry the glue back onto my body from the sticker. And it did kind of then grab
Okay.
hold after like, half like 20 minutes or something. And then I put my shirt down. I was good the rest of the time. But I was like, this is gonna get interesting.
Yeah, man.
Because I'm not
Yeah.
quitting.
No. So you're
But
just gonna have to, yeah, power through it somehow, some way.
it was fun. Dude, so we were doing this little
Dude, that's so
podcast.
cool.
We've been doing this thing, and
I
what
love
we
that.
struggle with is show notes and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, we don't take notes per se on the shows. We could listen back to them and do it, but we never do.
That's true,
I kind of do
Braskies.
listen back to them, but I don't take notes when I listen back to it.
Yeah. So what we should be doing though is something like this, where we say Brewskis,
Oh.
and then you talk about whatever book you're going to read, and we'll share.
Oh, I like it. I
And
was doing this.
we just
I
put the
tried
links
doing
in.
something like this when I was doing my podcast in the beginning, but I didn't really know how to go about doing it too efficiently. So yeah, like your music tastes, or like, oh yeah, I'm listening to this, or this is the
Yeah.
workout that I'm doing, or this is the new piece of workout equipment that I found, or like this is the book I'm reading, or this is the
Yeah.
I don't know. You could be like the YouTube shit I'm watching or something.
There we go. And we're going to
Okay,
Jasper
going on here.
Jones.
Okay, so you got this as a shared doc.
So now
Okay,
we got a
cool.
shared doc. Just add to it.
All right.
I don't know how to set it up, but like whatever the week is, yeah,
Let's
like
try to
we'll do the
figure it out.
weeks. We'll do the weeks
Yeah.
here,
Oh, I just got
and
the
then
invite.
we'll do the like you list of any book that you're reading at the time,
I
any
like
like
it.
fitness or whatever routine or equipment.
Because I have all this, except I'm not really listening to any new music or anything per se, but
yeah,
yeah,
well,
for sure.
and we're always sharing
Stuff.
yeah, we're always sharing music. So I'm like, well,
We could do
maybe
music, do
just
a YouTube or something, or a video or something like that.
yeah, that's what
And
these
then
will be. Do YouTube videos here, any fitness or whatever, and same like links to a book, because then I'll just at the end of the day I'll just put them in the shows.
yeah, we can make a couple columns based on just what we regularly talk about.
So yeah,
Even if it's crypto or something, or finance or investing too.
yeah, exactly. Which we could talk about here before we're done.
Sorry, I got my allergies are kicking my ass, and whenever I get bad allergies, my hands swell up and like they get all I don't know, they swell up real bad, then they kind of like stop swelling, but then they get all crusty.
And then they stop swelling, and then what do you mean crusty?
I
That's
don't know,
weird.
like yeah, it gets like super dry skin,
Yeah,
and then it goes away once the allergy season's done. But
that's
it's like that's my
interesting.
allergies. It's weird.
that your hands puff
Almost
up.
like hives. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
But just on my hands. I don't know why. But it bugs the piss out of me right now, because it's like rainy, like on them rainy kind of sunny days where it keeps like getting sunny, then rainy, then sunny, then rainy in the
Those days.
spring.
Yeah.
Woo, kicks your ass with allergies, man. I had the worst allergy migraine yesterday. It was the worst.
Did you say fuck it? Well, how do you
I
do that?
did.
What do you
I
take
started
pills for those
mowing
things?
lawn, going crazy. I'm like, you want to come at me, allergies? I'm coming back at you with this battery powered fucking blade, bro.
Yeah, with no mask,
Yeah.
just went for the allergy full
No,
on.
fuck mask. The only time I wear a mask is when I'm spray painting.
Well, I'm saying you have the allergies and you went to mow the lawn in the allergy outside.
I mean, that's what I said.
Yeah.
I came right at it. I'm like, I'm not fucking around with you. I'm coming at you.
Sorry.
Straight up allergies. And it's probably the wrong idea because my hands are fucked.
See?
Yeah, I lost. But
I got to go to the
out here. Is it beautiful out by you?
No, it's cold, man. I got to go down to the farmers market though and get fucking
local
honey.
That's cool. So you got some farmers market thing like one every Friday or something, or how's that work?
Yeah,
I love it.
And
dude, you could score some really good shit at that thing out in Nebraska, bro. I'm sure it's got to be like super dope.
Oh man, you got to get some local honey though for the allergies. It helps.
Okay.
It helps you get acclimated to the local stuff. So you go get local honey and you have about a teaspoon a day or a tablespoon a day.
It's got all that in
for
there.
like a couple weeks or something when you first move somewhere. Helps you acclimate to the local.
You know what's crazy is
I'm in a bit of cold.
So much badass stuff about honey being like a superfood and about it being like this like super secret mega fucking nutrient or some crazy shit,
Yeah.
So I that just proves this is another use for an argument for that case.
Yeah, I think the bee thing's precious. People have a big soft spot for that, and I think trying to be involved something like that would be pretty cool. It's intriguing.
You ever seen? I was gonna say, keep going.
Go. It's intriguing out here about all the farming, right? It makes you think like, how do you get involved in that? But like, do it year round. Really, I think that doing vertical farming out here because there's so much land and the land's already ag. There's a lot of potential here, and being situated in the middle of the country, I have so many interest. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Glacier Pole, man. Yeah, that's the best spot to farm in the entire world because
Glacier
of just
Pole?
how it was. Yeah, that's how that whole area was set up. Was the glaciers receding back up north? What ended up happening was it took all of the good dirt from like the North Pole all the way down to us. Yeah, and it pushed it like a shovel, like literally like a fucking plow, all the way down into our area from like the Wyoming or the mountains all the way to like Indiana, Ohio, to the other mountain set, pretty much between the two mountain ranges.
Yeah.
Shovel fucking pushed it all the way in, receded, dumped it all right there. And we have all the best topsoil in the world.
And the guys up on the top,
that's how the Great Lakes made it too.
You just took all of our shit. All our
That's
farm.
why it's all still frozen tundra up there.
Tundra. Tundra.
Toyota Tundra.
That's a nice
2022 Toyota Tundra. Fully loaded for only $5.99 a month.
When's your Tesla going to start driving people around while you sleep?
I don't know.
How much farther, longer?
I heard some guys were trying to drive the Tesla, and they were like, one guy was in the back seat, one guy was in the passenger seat or something, but nobody was driving the car. I don't even know how they did this. I think they were using the actual like phone because you can drive the car with your phone like a video game. And but they were going like 100 or something, and they ended up flying off the road, crashing and fucking blowing up and dying.
No way.
Wow. Yeah, dude. But like, I know that there's some crazy features now that people are being stupid with, obviously, but they're rolling out these autopilot features slowly but surely. I think that's the best way to go because you can't just be like, surprise, car just drives itself now. You have to kind of like slowly but surely, like, it does it a little bit better. It does it a little bit better. It does it a little bit better. And then eventually one day you're just like, touch the wheel if you want, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, or something.
I heard a song today that was like, man, I don't know the name of it, but it was, the essence of it was like, you don't have to fucking save the world. You just need to make it a little bit better. And so, but which sounds like a little kid song, but the way it was like done was because it was tasteful. And I thought that's like, I wish people would just understand that. Like, you don't have to go fucking hog
Solve
wild.
global warming tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen
Seriously.
either. That'll never
Mhm.
happen. That's the problem, right? So like I always tell everybody that too.
Yeah.
And it is as simple as that, right? Joel, you just nailed it. Okay. So that's the secret to everything too. And people don't realize this, and they always think it has to be something way more difficult or grander or confusing or hard to figure out, or you have to go sail the ocean to a secret island, solve this puzzle where this fucking thing opens up in the ground, and then you can go down into this labyrinth where you have to swap out the meaning of life for like
Yeah.
this sandbag really quick before the fucking thing comes down around you, and you run out and you jump onto the plane you're hanging and you fly back. People think that's how you find the meaning of life, but it's not. It's something as simple as like, hey man, when you get up in the morning, make sure you make your bed and your room's clean, you brush your teeth and shit. You go to work, you make sure you work hard, like you just do little incremental shit,
Yeah.
like exercise a little harder,
Yeah.
love a little more, eat a
Yeah.
little better. You don't have to go from eating fucking Snickers, 6 Snickers a day to fucking salads. That ain't gonna work.
Snickers to salads, yo.
How about 5 Snickers
Oh,
and
Snickers.
a fucking, and maybe a power bar instead or
Yeah.
something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
there
just
you go.
that's what I'm saying. You don't have to fucking go straight no Snickers.
Or 5 power bars and a Snickers. That way,
Get
you'll still get
yeah.
that sugar. But that's interesting, man. I thought that the song, and I love the way you just took that, because that's what I tried with meat in the beginning. It was like, well, look, if I just don't eat meat for one meal of the day, just one of the meals, whatever,
Right.
but I don't eat it at breakfast, and then I can eat it at lunch and dinner, that's cutting 33% of my entire meat take for the year out. Like
consciously, yeah.
Consciously, but that's a huge 33% is a huge chunk, but it was only one meal.
One more. Yeah, that's the old United Airlines thing too, where they took out one fucking olive and saved like $3 million.
Is that's pretty good?
Yeah, that's a true story. Like how they used to serve fucking food on the airlines and stuff.
That's funny. We took out
They're
one
like,
olive.
how could we make a profit this quarter? Let's take out one olive out of the salads. It's fucking $3 million. They're like, that's genius, dude.
That can't be.
Yeah, check it out. There is like a legendary story. It could be urban legend, but I'm almost positive it is true.
I like it.
86% positive it's true.
I like it.
Dude, most people are always in the 90s. Like, I'm gonna go 86 here. 86% positive this is true.
I gotta look it up. I love shit like that. There's always some story about a company that did something interesting that they didn't mean to do, right? A lot of the times. And I was asking
when they meant to do it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like,
which is even more genius and diabolical.
That's true. But the stories, I guess, I'm talking about were like,
it was one olive.
It's like sitting back, like, holy shit. Yeah. He's like, I got an idea. And
$3 million.
And that's what
you guys
happens.
Want corporate bonuses? Get the olive out of the salad.
Yeah. Like, why would we give bonuses? We just saved $3 million. We're not going to pay it out now.
That's how they got their bonuses. You're like, we're not getting bonuses. Take the fucking olives out of the salad.
Get the fucking olives out of here.
You kidding me? How about less ketchup packets?
Less blueberries, huh?
Jesus Christ.
One blueberry. You only need one blueberry to make it a blueberry muffin.
How about we don't give out the peanuts anymore or something? Make the toilet paper harder to rip off so they can only use one square.
Seriously. That's fun. Then you put it back and you find another lever to pull.
So I'm saying that's corporate world right there. Get into a room and
Dude, speaking of which, so that I was trying to find out how to take there's the story from 1-800-diapers.com, right?
Huh?
Yeah, 1-800-diapers.com. What he did was he started making money selling diapers. But I saw an interview with him a while back with Gary Vee, and Gary Vee was like, how
corner the diaper market?
Yeah, like how were you doing that? Because diapers were notoriously like you couldn't make money on them, whatever. He goes, no, I just took a loss on the diapers. And that was like the loss leader. So I got people to come to the site because I had unbelievably cheap diapers, but they bought a bunch of other shit. So I made money on it. Everybody else was trying to make money on diapers. He's like, well, I wasn't going to. I just wanted to use that, even if I took a loss on the diapers, to get people in my doors, on my site. right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I wonder if you couldn't do that. But then Amazon ended up lowering their price so much the guy couldn't do anything about it. Then they just bought its company. So that's fucking cutthroat bullshit. But
Yeah, that happens all the time.
I wonder about like with water, right? So I
Ooh.
wonder if you could do that with bottled water. I've been looking
Yeah,
at
I
bottled
remember
water
you talking
prices,
about
but
this.
I'm still
Yep.
I've been talking to some people about um, opening a store. That I started going down the bottling route,
Yep.
and then
I
recently,
like that
yeah. So
idea.
then I thought, well, what about that? What about using it as the loss, almost giving the water away for free because
Well,
you can make it for like 2 cents a gallon.
You just pointed out kind of what I
So
got out of that prospectus. When I read it, I saw that too. I said, this isn't about the water. You
yeah,
would make your money if you could sell anything else. You get them in there to get the water. Everybody can get water. Water's not the thing here. The thing is everything else. So
yeah.
like, yeah, you'd have to probably figure out a way to really maximize, like
Well,
if you could
yeah,
get like them to get like pictures or filters or something for the house or
yeah.
something, like I don't know, there would be you'd have to figure out that before I would dip my toe into that market,
So
and
what
those
I
are
think,
tough sells.
yeah, but what I think is it's the actual bottled water, like bottles of water, like delivery. I think there's definitely, I don't know. Um, that was kind of an idea, but actually that business model makes sense if they're doing like those 5 gallon things. Because if you're making it for 2 cents a gallon and you're selling it for 35 to 50 cents a gallon, I mean,
That definitely is
you're
a
just
huge
making
profit margin.
quarters, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you just have to have people that do want delivery.
Volume. Yeah.
But that's when I shifted. I thought, well, what if it was just online delivery of cases of bottled water, which cases of bottled water are not cheap depending on what brand you want. And
No
you could get
doubt.
them for like $2.99 at Costco. Okay. Fair enough. But what if you could get it for the same price online delivered to your home? So, but literally we're taking a loss on it. We're just trying to get you to also get maybe some flavorings or maybe I don't know. That's what I've been thinking about lately. Like,
I like
can you
that
use
idea.
it as a diaper
Flavorings.
loss leader and lose money on the water just to get them to buy other things? But I don't know.
Hmm.
I haven't come up with
Hmm,
it yet.
hmm, hmm.
And
Yeah,
if you
that's
sell
that's
alkaline water, you definitely make money because
yeah.
there's
See, I was gonna
mark that
say
shit
that
up.
that would be, if I were to sell water, I wouldn't sell water per se, like you said, I wouldn't sell any products. I would sell the fact that water is definitely more important than people think. So like I've done a ton of homework on water because I am a super, fan of trying to hydrate yourself properly. And I found that there's actually water is different. There's not all the water is, made the same. Like you said, you have water that's, has added stuff like alkalinity or minerals or some sort of carbohydrates or something like that. And you have other water that's like purified. You always see that. Like you said, you go to Costco, you can get this big ass fucking case of purified water. And then you got tap water. You got regular tap water that you can get out of your house, and you could get tap water and you could filter that tap water and drink that. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can access water, and all of that water is completely fucking different. And what I've basically found out is that if you're drinking water that is not enhanced at it's like you said, with minerals or something like that, or is not just natural spring water, like literally water straight out of like Avion or like something like that, or like Fuji or something, um you're actually hurting yourself. Like it's crazy. Like most people don't understand this. If you're drinking purified water, it's actually
Oh yeah.
really, really bad, because what
Yeah.
ends up happening is the water goes into your body, and anything in the entire universe wants to equalize. So what it does is it say, hey, I'm missing these minerals and these vitamins. Can I take them from you? And your body's like, of course, because your body doesn't have a conscious or any type of intelligence to say no, that will hurt me. It's just an equilibrium thing, so it can pass. So the water equalizes so it can pass. That's what your body does. And it takes all of that shit that you should be getting from your water and flushes it right out your body. So you're actually making yourself more dehydrated and more deficient in these vitamins and minerals. And a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
And they wonder why, like like they always hear these things, these drink this much water or do this, XYZ, blah, 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 water's so good for you. No, not all water is so good for you. The right water is good for you.
Yeah, man, I agree with that. I've been on the water kick for a while. That was where it all started. Bread and
Mhm.
water. I was like, let's watch my bread and my water. This is like, I was like 20 in my 20s.
Dude, that's a great call. I like that
Yeah.
theory.
And then it was like, I saw just the effects that bread and water could have on you. I know.
Yeah, I mean,
somebody
like
had
that's
said-
great.
Yeah. Somebody had said, oh, it was like some article Jenny was reading about some girl that it was like a face routine. It was like, if you
Sure.
do this face routine, your skin's going to get so much better. So it was this tiny little face routine, but also added to the face routine was you're going to drink 3 glasses of water every day, whatever it was, or it was, 8 or 4, whatever the fuck the number.
Something.
It wasn't 8, because I would, that's the typical number or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, so then at the end of 30 days, the girl's like, look at my skin, and her skin looked great. And then she's like, it's funny because I don't know if my skin got better because of the little routine I was doing or that I was drinking so much water. Like it was probably the water, which made which made this little routine that somebody was selling work.
Look great. Yeah,
Even.
exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's so funny.
It is,
but the actual the reaction that has on your body, I don't know what it is. If it's all girls, and I don't want to make a blanket statement, but I've heard it a lot. Like my wife hates water, just plain water, and I'll tell you, it's like my favorite thing in life. If I have a nice glass of water, I'm the happiest. I'm the happiest person in the world. Don't give me anything, but it's no, yeah. For me, it's everything. It quenches my thirst. It comforts me. It's something that I love. Like, so
yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. I'm definitely a connoisseur, but it's like one of those things where like I have to, like you said, I have to almost need it. If I need it, then it is the best thing in the world for sure. Like hands down, there is nothing better.
Yeah.
But then if not, like if I'm just drinking something, I'm usually only drinking something for either caffeine or something like that,
as a purpose,
or just to get a little taste in my mouth, and in that regard, you would need some sort of flavor squeezer. That's why I just drink this flavored water.
Yeah, those are starting to grow on me.
Yeah.
Actually, I found some good ones.
That's it. That's all I ever drink. Caffeine, flavored water, or regular water.
Let me tell you this. So let's say you were going to buy water delivered to your house.
Yes.
Would you buy cans?
We will do this when we move to Florida, by the way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I would buy big ass tanks of it and get one of those, fucking little.
Well, okay. So let's just say for people that aren't doing that. Oh, I see the big.
You know what I'm saying?
5-gallon thingers,
like galloners or something. Yeah, because I would drink a shit ton of water, so I wouldn't. I don't know if I could do the can thing. I don't want to do all that recycling. I hate the Evian bottles that are like 2 liters. I can't stand that.
No, I know. I like them because they serve a purpose, like when you're going somewhere. But yeah, if it's at the house,
if I'll have both. I will have a couple of bottles for on the go, but then or I'll have little, like Rachel has all her, jugs or whatever. Sorry. Rachel has all the water containers that are real fancy and stuff with the little tops and the flip
Turner jugs
things, and
I've heard it 100 times. Dude, so what's happening in crypto land? You're like,
money? Oh wait, let's check it out. Oh yeah, for real. Literally, I mean, kind of, yeah. That's not a joke. What's Tim Mahalik texting me here?
Oh, it's late for Tim.
Oh, have a show where listeners can ask questions or topics. Is there a way to see if listeners can have topics or questions?
Yeah, totally. We get friggin' live.
Well, ask some questions, man. If you guys are watching, ask some questions. I can't even see if anyone's watching, so I don't even know. We're just
I can go look.
You know what I mean?
We got 9 subscribers though, so we're coming in hot.
We're almost double figures.
Boom, 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 boom.
Double figures. Hang on.
Here's live chat.
Check it out. See if you got anything in there. Because Timmy Mahalik's texting me on the side here. He's like, man, I want to ask some questions. He wants to get in on this action. Dogecoin sucks. That's the answer, Tim.
Yeah, I don't know. People making money on it.
Well, it's down big right now, but yeah, you're right. I mean, hey, wait. Is it this Saturday that Elon's on Saturday Night Live?
geez, I don't know. I haven't watched that show in so long. It's so horrible.
I haven't either, but this is why they're doing what they're doing, right? So they're going to
Big
get Elon
Ben.
Musk to go on Saturday Night Live. I think it's this Saturday,
For
and
what?
everybody's thinking that he's going to say something about Doge, and it's going to fucking explode.
Oh boy, they're probably right.
It got
He
to
wouldn't do
70
that.
cents.
That would be
Yeah,
like
he would.
insider trading.
Well, it's not because it's not. There's no regulations on that shit.
It's the
70
Wild
cents.
West.
70 cents yesterday it hit, dude.
Okay.
70 cents. The Doge, 1,000. That means $1,000 investment would have gotten you about $107,000.
What, when it was
$1,000
$3?
investment back in like August.
Wow.
Today would be worth about 100. Well, not anymore.
Some
Yesterday.
guy I know there's stories all over the place, but some kid that I work with in the chat rooms every day, someone is like, dude, are you so shit pissed you sold? Because he sold like, I don't know, when it was like 50 cents or something. Or when it was
Doge?
like, yeah. Or
No,
like,
when it was like 5 cents, I'm sure. Or no, you saying 50
no,
cents?
yeah,
But
he might,
recently.
yeah, no, or maybe he sold it when it was like 12 cents.
Well,
Like
Timmy
he
did something
fucked it
like
up.
that. Mahalik did something like that. And I was like, dude, sell it. Play with house money. And he
Yeah.
did. And I was like, oh.
Oh, crushed.
Well, he still got it running, though. He still got some running. But I mean, like,
yeah, that's
I'm
when
all
you
about house money.
off
You
to
know,
the
I
yacht.
should just make a fucking t-shirt line
House
called
money.
House Money. You
Yeah.
know, just like that's when you cash in, like you just did with
Like
the
I
farm
just
equipment
did.
thing.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
That's
Yep.
why when you said that to me, I'm like, Yahtzee,
Yep.
dude.
I
House money
know.
all day.
I know. I almost pulled it back and let the house money run, but I was like, that was not the point of this, Joel. The point of this was to get some money to pay
Yeah.
for some of the stuff. And you did that. Now you come out respectfully. And in fact, I came out like $85 short and I timed it perfectly. I was like, look, or no, it was 15. What I thought was $15 short. And I was like, you're not going to do this at principal over $15. So I sold out. Then it ended up correcting because I had my fees off. So it ended up being over anyway. So I hit my number. And then I was like,
Sweet.
dude, you said what you were doing. You're out. And then because I sold it at like 57, I had Bitcoin at 51. I sold it at 58 or like 57 and a half or like 57. And then it dropped down. And then I sold Ethereum at like 3,500 today, 35 and change. So like, I got what I got, you know, and I don't know why for some reason, I don't know why, but on my Coinbase, I bought Bitcoin. And when I came to Coinbase Pro, I bought Bitcoin, but for some reason I put $1,500 on into Ethereum that day. And I didn't think I was doing that, but that was the one that made me most of the money. That made me like 700 on that Ethereum move. So like, then that thing started taking off. I was like, shit, I should just keep it here. In fact, with the moves that 3 to 10 is more exciting than fucking 58 to 65 or 60.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But 60 to 100
Ethereum.
But still,
that's what I'm saying. I love Ethereum, baby.
Yeah,
that's
and now
my new
you're
Jesus.
mining it, and now you're making
Ethereum.
it. Oh my god!
Yeah, no, I love it.
Seriously, little funk.
Ethereum,
dude. This
you,
is
man.
This has been a pretty crazy 12 months for you, dude.
Yeah,
like from 12 months ago from today. Like, even,
yeah, dude.
What a fucking crazy.
I want to double that down though, kind of like, you know, like I want to, like I want to. Okay, so that was all like without leaving, you know, like I never really left this area. Like
I know.
Now this year I want to, or at least it's already half over, man.
I know.
The second half of this year, I want to kind of try to get out again, venture out again. I know it's going to be tougher still with COVID in a lot of places, but a lot of places are, you know, lightening that shit up.
Dude, Illinois is just the fucking lockdown central, man, because everybody else is out here free bird. They're just like,
I gotta wear 3 masks
fucking
and a fucking noodle strainer to go to Target, dude.
3 masks, right? Fuck them. Dude, I don't even wear mine in Walmart anymore or the gas stations. Neither does Payne. We just walk in like the Wild West. Like fucking
breathe it all in. Like,
tell me.
Yeah, right. Big fucking inhale of viruses.
Yeah, right. There's not a fucking thing out there.
You see all those viruses?
Yeah.
Like a cloud of them.
You're like,
took a huge earth hit.
Hold them in deep.
Huge
now
hit.
People think that's what we'll start thinking, that the world is poisoned.
Yeah, there's just poison floating around in the air. Well, I got news for you guys.
Yeah.
The poison's always been fucking floating around in the air. There's a thing called your immune system that'll take care of it. Okay. Yeah. Yes, you will get sick. Yes, you will get the flu. I get the flu. I get sick. Sometimes it's bad. Sometimes I got to go get an IV and shit. Holy
Yeah,
cow.
it's
You know,
true.
and it's just because I can't hold anything down. It's not because I'm
I can't keep
dying
it
and I need a
down.
ventilator.
Can't
I'm
keep
just
them down,
saying,
baby.
I've had some bad fucking flus. I understand some, bad hospitalization ass flus, bro. So
See,
I'm just saying, and I've had COVID. I know for
had
a fact that
COVID.
I've had COVID. And I'm telling you, you get that immune system, fucking Spider-Man tough, like like fucking Batman tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, baby.
Like, yeah, then you're fine. Then bring it on.
Bring it on. That's why we went out to dinner last night, and the couple that we went with, um, they were not as comfortable, I think, as we were with our masks off, even though the entire place has a mask off. Besides the restaurant, I'm sorry, is the thing that I really have the hardest time with, because you walk into the restaurant with it on, and then you walk 10 feet, and then you take it off, and everybody has them off, but we only put them on when we
Look,
stand up and
man,
walk out or walk in. And I'm like, what the F are we doing?
that's how you know
I'm
that
like, this
something's
is
not right, dude. Logic is
fucking
all off. It's all off
ridiculous.
everywhere. Like
Yeah.
the wrestlers in the Illinois fucking wrestling in high school and stuff, right? They're
Yeah.
allowed to wrestle, but they can't shake hands at the end.
Yeah. Like I just wrestled you pretty much in my underwear.
But I can't shake your hand.
now
So
can't
I was
shake your
dry
hand.
humping you for fucking 20 minutes, but I can't fucking shake your hand.
How bad is that? That's fucking bad, dude.
I mean, like,
That's
I
really
can't
bad.
I can't go to a store down the street that's owned by Jim that I know who lives 2 doors down from me, who maybe gets 30 customers a month, but I can go into Target who gets 30 customers a fucking second.
Yeah,
You know what
that's
I'm
a good
saying?
point, dude.
Come on, dude.
That's
What the
fucking
fuck?
valid, man. That's really valid, dude. Wow. We need to hear that.
I can't go into Dolores's diner right next to the 7-Eleven over here. That's
Yeah.
open, by the way.
Yeah.
But I can go into McDonald's or
Yeah.
Portillo's. No
Yeah.
problem. As long as I got my mask on. But Doris's diner, no fucking way.
That's so fucked up.
Dude. I mean, when you see that type of logic being played out in front of you, it's not even fucked up anymore. It's scary because they can.
No, it's finally scary. You're right. Because how is that? Why?
And everybody's like embracing it, like, yes, you need
So-
to do this, or you hate your grandma,
Yeah.
or you want to kill your grandmother.
So here's what
That's
I
what
thought.
they tell you.
I heard somebody say this the other day, and I totally jumped on this bandwagon. They were like, she didn't say it this way, but she's, let's say the right and the left, the politics in America, right? There's the right side and the left side. So it's not, and I used to think that, let's say I'm on the right side. I used to think, well, shit, I better stand up and say something, because if they always say it's nobody says anything and then it happens. So who's going to say shit, right?
You gotta say something.
But when it all goes down, it's all going to go down anyway, because everybody has already said it so many times. We've already said there's going to be a civil war. People are saying it more. And when we say it, it will happen, right? So everybody's saying, oh, well, there's going to be one. There's going to be one. So we just will bring it into existence. But
yeah.
Right.
I think that kind of is how.
But what I think is, like, the right side, or not the left side. Okay. Let's say the left side they're actually going to be the people that at the end of the game are going to say, oh shit, we didn't even see this happening.
No, that's
and we should have said something, but we didn't see it how we should have said something. Whereas, like, I think it's going to be the right side. No, I think the right side's talking a little bit and finally having balls. And like, I'm seeing a shift, but like the left side, I think, is going to be the one that says, what the fuck? Like at least half of them. And it's going to be too late. And
that's every politician and
can't rely
almost
on.
In general, though, is they don't see, they're not playing chess, they're playing checkers. Like I was saying, dude, you know what I mean? Everybody's playing fucking checkers when you should be playing chess. That's what's going on right now. Everybody's like, I could double jump you. And then they're ripping on me because I'm talking about fucking, squares and rooks and all these other crazy pieces. They're like, look at this idiot. He doesn't even know how to get kinged. Like that's what I was saying the other day. It's just like, dude, everyone's playing fucking checkers when you should be playing chess. You should be thinking 8 moves ahead. You should be trying to figure out what that all entails. You should be thinking, hey, if I do this, if I spray the silver nitrate into the sky to block the fucking sun so that the sun rays can't heat the fucking planet, so we don't melt any more of the ice cap, so we don't flood and increase the water level, blah, 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 all this other bullshit that we, like this is all just speculation too, by the way. And here's another logic flaw. I'm supposed to believe that you know what's going to happen in 100 years with the fucking sea level and the temperatures and everything, but you can't fucking figure out if it's going to rain next Saturday for me. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get the fuck out of here with that. You're gonna tell me that you know what's gonna happen in 100 years with the polar ice caps and the warming of the fucking planet and the shifting of the poles and the ice and the fucking sea levels are gonna rise, but you can't tell me what the fuck's gonna happen with the weather in a week from now, and be even half accurate.
Yeah, I feel you there, but
there's
like
a difference between climate and forecast. Everybody's always pulling out the fucking excuse fucking thing. After I make a logic, statements, everybody's like, oh, well, we broke that down and labeled it different so that you can't say that. I didn't label it. I separated those labels. It's not weather anymore. It's climate and forecast, and it's geological, and we separated all that, so you can't lump that in anymore. That's all that happens. They just label it different. That's what I said. All of this should have existed forever. Okay, everything that's happening, COVID, everything's it's existed forever. Like not ADD. What's the one that they say that everybody has?
OCD,
because of vaccines.
Autism.
Yeah, like autism.
Yeah.
All of that shit's been here forever. Yeah. The only difference is they labeled it. The minute that they label it, then it becomes a thing. Just like you said, they called it into existence. Well, it's existed. Everything exists. The only difference is we haven't labeled it yet. Once you label it, now it's a thing. That's what I'm saying. So that's what you do when somebody tries to throw a logic puzzle at you, or a logic flaw at you, or someone tries to poke holes into your theories and stuff, like not you, but just in general. What everybody ends up doing is they just, instead of accepting that there's a flaw and trying to figure out a way to fix it, they say, okay, I'm just going to label it something. I'm just going to change the name of it. Like, for example, the CIA saying we're going to microchip everybody for your safety, and we're going to make sure that everybody has all of these safety things in place, and we're going to do all, and everyone's like, fuck that, you're not microchipping me, you're not going to track me, you're not going to do anything. All right, let's go back. We're going to do this new thing called social media with Facebook and like Instagram and all these cool things. Okay. We're going to do this. It's called social media. Okay. That's what we're going to do. Okay. The social media. This sounds great. Yes, of course. I'll post everything that I'm doing every single second of every single day and let you track my GPS coordinates, my telephone number, my bank account, my fucking everything. Why not?
Yeah.
That's how you do it. You just relabel it,
That's really interesting, dude. Yeah. The thing about the global warming thing, and like knowing what's going to happen Saturday as opposed to what's going to happen in 100 years. I mean, that's like saying, well, look, you're smoking those cigarettes, so you're going to get cancer at some point, but I can't tell you when.
Right.
Could be next week, but it could be
that's true.
In 25
but you
years.
might not. But you might not. You might not get cancer.
But you might not. So the polar.
What are those odds? That's what I'm saying. So what are those odds?
They might not.
So those odds are whatever, right? And then, so like I said, what are the odds of you accurately predicting that? Like based on you seeing me and doing some tests or doing
but just true. Okay.
Saying?
Yeah, no, that
makes
makes a point.
Both of those prediction accuracies and blend them somehow, and I guarantee you're under 40%.
Well, regardless, but trying to accurately predict if you'll get cancer in like 30 years is easier to do than telling you what's going to happen in your body in 8 days. You know what I'm saying?
Say that again.
Because you were saying with the global warming thing, you were saying like, oh my gosh, you can tell me what's going to happen in 100 years, but you can't tell me if it's going to rain on Saturday. Yeah. And I was like, that's like saying, hey, you're going to get cancer in 30 years, but I can't tell you if you're going to get it next week, but you could.
Well, like, you can't tell me if I'm going to get it in 30 years either.
No, you can't. Just like the polar ice caps. It's kind of a bad example, but my point
is you can't tell me if I'm going to get cancer tomorrow. You can't tell me if I'm going to get cancer in 30 years. So why is anybody trying to tell me anything
About the
about
ice
fucking getting
caps.
cancer. Yeah, or yeah, about ice caps melting. You know what I'm saying? That's my point. That's why I'm saying like there's like an unwritten contract or like a unsigned contract that everybody lives by here when you were born is one day you're gonna die. And somehow way that's gonna happen. Okay. You don't know how. Most people don't. I don't know if there's anybody that's well, you could commit suicide, I guess, then you could call your shot. But that's about it. If you don't commit suicide, you can't call your shot. So yeah, I mean, that's the thing. And once everybody, like I said, again, it's down to the most simple fucking thing known to man about perspective in life. You're born, you're gonna die. Okay. Everything in between is up to you. You want to panic about fucking cancer? Great, panic about cancer. You want to panic about COVID? Great, panic about COVID. You want to panic about you know, the polar ice caps melting and everybody dying from the great floods? Great, fucking panic about that. You want to you want to go have fun and enjoy, spending time with your kids? Great, go spend time with your kids. You
Yeah.
want to play video games? Go fucking play video games. You want to
You want to sit around
go
and
buy a
put
farm?
lipstick on all day? Fine, go ahead.
Fucking buy a farm. If you want to go fucking pretend like you are the most badass Karen that's ever lived, go fucking pretend like you're the most badass Karen that's ever lived. You want to go fucking whip off your mask in the middle of Walmart and start doing the fucking touchdown dance? Go
Doing the
fucking do
icky
it.
woods.
As long as you're not hurting anybody, I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. Everybody always wants to hurt me because they want me to live in the same fear that they do. Like, whoa. I'm scared of dying from COVID and killing my grandma. You should be too. It's like, thanks. I'll keep it in mind. Have a great day.
Yeah,
it's
tell
like,
your grandma hi.
Hey,
say hi to
the
grandma.
polar ice caps are going to melt, and I'm afraid that it's going to kill everybody. You should be too. It's just like, great. Thanks for that. And
it gets weird. It gets weird.
That's what I'm saying. Like, hey, I appreciate your concern, and I appreciate that you're into that, but don't force it down my fucking throat. You could tell me how you're into it and what you found out and everything like that. But if I'm just like, yeah, that's great. I'm kind of not interested in it as the level as you are. And, obviously there's going to be some stuff that happens in the future that's going to, change things, and it's hard to predict and blah, blah, blah. So that's great. They'll flip out and be like, you fucking animal, you murderer.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
they get mad.
Calm
they
down.
Get mad.
Like, you don't know. What do you mean I don't know? The Earth rate is rising by this and that. They start pulling all this shit out. You're just like, dude, that's just something you saw in a Facebook post, bro. Calm down. Like that's what I'm saying, man. It's just like insanity 101 here. And it's like, everybody's like, no, this is my independent thought. I came up with this. And
who the fuck you talking to? Who are you talking to over there?
Dude, come on, man.
Yeah, man. You got to start hanging out with some people that are calmer.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm talking. This is the world in a nutshell, bro. Like that's reactionary fucking crazy ass world these days.
It is reactionary fucking nutsness.
That's what I'm saying. It's just out of control. It's just like everybody just calm down, man. Quit living in fear. They're selling fear, and it's selling easy right now.
Well, the thing
Everyone's
is, to
buying
me, it's getting scary right now because it's not stopping. Like it seems like things are better, but like I don't like the government's not really stopping anything. There's more money coming out for people. What's this other stimulus check?
Dude,
that's
wait for that
around?
inflation to hit, baby.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I just got my stimulus redone, and they sent me another 1,100. So, like I said, wait till that inflation hits. You want to see some craziness? Wait for that to hit. But instead of ending on a bad note and like going crazy like that stuff, like I don't want to. I'm not trying to talk crazy about drama or negative or anything like that. I'm just bullshit.
We usually don't. Yeah. No.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying, we need to focus on taking care of the shit around you. Everybody wants to be so existential and like make fucking their name in some, like political realm or some sort of, like a virtue signaling facet. And you're just like, no, man, you want to make the biggest change you can possibly make for the world. Raise your fucking kid right. Spend some time with your family. Go work out, go plant a garden, go fucking help out at a community center or some shit, dude. Like do something that you can physically actually do, like be tangible goals, like tangible things. Everybody's like, no, I want to March on Washington. It's like, what? I want to fucking write shit on my car and
Because
drive
they
around
want-
honking my horn.
Yeah,
fuck
that's
is that gonna
their that's their adventure.
I want to burn down
That's
fucking
their
Wendy's.
adventure. That's adventure for people, truthfully. I mean, Obama said something a while back, and it was really funny. It was about like Iraq or something. I'm going to get it wrong. Okay, so sorry to Afghanistan or whoever, but he was like, the problem is,
We're not talking.
The
This is all
problem
bro
is-
science, guys.
he's like,
All
yeah.
bro science.
It's like the problem is that they're bored. It was like they don't have jobs. It's like if they had jobs, they wouldn't be out fucking around doing this shit, fucking lighting bombs off, fucking around. And I'm like, okay, on one hand, it's true. We do need to have something to do. We do better with work. But it was kind of funny, like being bored. And I think that that's what happens, to people. They get bored because they think they know life. Then it's not fun. It's not fun. And so then they numb themselves with drinks and drugs, and then they get into habit loops with their friends. And then then that just happens.
Echo chambers. Yep,
that just happens. That just happens. And that's what they think life is, until they figure out later maybe that it's not, if they do. And that can't be labeled, because I was in there too. Like, we all we're trying to figure out who we are in groups of people, right?
It's hard, man.
Yeah, and you start figuring all that stuff out.
Yeah, everybody tribes up. Everybody is looking for identity.
But they're bored
since day one.
Yeah, they're bored, and then so you look, and that truly does happen when you're bored. I was just for the last hour, I've been thinking. It kept popping in my head, like, what if happiness was just disguised? Well, like, what if I told you, to somebody, like, look, you would be so happy if you worked this $60,000 job, this $55,000 job, and you lived like in this apartment over here, and not that freaking big house that you're in. Like, you would be exponentially or happier if you did this job, lived in these apartments, and just took care of your health. Like, you'd be happier than you'd ever been. Well, I think, and all the rest aside, I just want to say the job. Like, sometimes I think that happiness is disguised in like in a $60,000 job, and people just don't want to settle for that, because that's not what they think life is. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that you can be, if you manage your finances. Maybe you're a couple, you're making 60, she's making 60, you're bringing in $120. If you live right,
or just live right, yeah,
you can do something like that.
Yeah, you budget properly, you live within your means.
And there isn't. And I got to have more. I want to go to South Beach. I want to do whatever the hell I want to do.
I want a fucking Tesla.
I think I want that. But to your point, what you're saying is, if you spend time with your family, you take care of yourself, actually do the things that at the end of the day, when you're like, you always hear me say this, but like the should list, like, oh, I should be reading.
Yeah, I like that.
I should work out. I should have. To do all those first. I guarantee you, if you fucking
should
start
versus
your day,
like want.
Yeah, if you do the things you should do, like today, I know I
like
should
versus want. I like that.
That's good. If you do those things, it makes you happier. That's all there is to it.
I'm just taking notes now.
Once you start living up to like your word, you said you were going to do something. You should have done it. I should have done it. Always do that. Anyway, let's call it.
Want.
So what I wanted, what I wanted to do tonight was show about how people can, like, look, the easiest way to do your show notes is really do it while you're doing the show. Keep the running doc, and then somebody just copy those links for the thing and then put them in the show at the end of the thing. The reason why I remember what I said right now is because my the title.
You look like Brad Pitt from that one movie where he had that blue shirt with the headphones on, and he's doing the.
Oh God, that's like the worst one he looks at. Yeah, looks the worst in. Remember when he looked his worst?
Dude.
That's you. Not on this one. Not a river runs through it. Nope.
I got cramps.
Not when he's Tristan in like the best movie ever.
No, that's Legends of the Fall.
Legends of the Fall. Yeah.
Fucking loved it.
He's the best ever, dude.
Yeah,
that guy.
I was like, because of that movie, I was like, if I ever have a son, name him Tristan.
Yeah, that's a good one. I thought that too. Then I met another Tristan, and I was like, nah. But
dude, you know what name I like for boy?
Danger. All right, I'm cool with that. Dope, hey, right? I went with Pain.
Danger Jones.
Even though Danger Jones, wait. But even though Pain is Paine, it's still Pain. And when I say Pain, they're like, oh,
I like
Pain?
it.
Like P-A-Y-N. Yeah. What do you think? P-A-I-N? No.
Yeah, you should do Paine. Really promo.
Yeah. There you
Like
go.
window pane. Window pane.
Like who's the other Payne? Thomas Payne.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's got the E.
Yeah, he's got the
And
E.
he's got a great furniture store. I've seen him right off of 53.
My cousins had some stuff by Thomas Payne up on their walls in their basement as I grew up, and I realized that they were real patriots. My one cousin for sure, like real patriot. I have something to say on that. But we used to always read it. It was like we could read it verbatim. It was something by Thomas Payne. And then later on, I realized,
yeah, what is that?
Like, oh my God, I used to know that.
Yes, I do know what you're talking about.
It's a good one,
what
too.
was it? Everyone that's watching right now, all 9 people are probably like, it's this, you idiot.
It's this. No, they don't know, man. It's old school. But, this is interesting. And I don't know if we can leave it on this, but how come like people can be like, I'm a proud black man or I'm a proud Asian, but I can't say like I'm a proud white man. Like white pride,
no.
Like black pride,
no,
Mexican pride.
Look, man, don't ask questions that you're not going to get answers to, because I mean, like, I've always wondered the same thing. Like, that's why I say, like, to me, man, it's weird because I think there's too much use of racism as a tool there's too much use of racism as a tool for it to ever go away.
Yeah, it is a big tool. Mm-hmm.
That's the problem.
Yeah, it's a definite way to sway humanity, and that's
like
all
the fear thing, bro.
It's a
like
big
I
lever.
said, huge lever.
But I just didn't understand that. It's like when would it be okay if everything's okay forever? Like, how come black pride's cool and white pride's fine and Mexican pride's fine? And
because that's what the
white pride parade and like whatever black pride
that's
parade.
That's what the Black Mirror says.
It's just fucked up, man. That's what the Black Mirror says. Like Jenny today goes, yeah. She's like, because boys, we're checking the dog for ticks. Because she doesn't like ticks. I mean, the dog's been getting puppies been getting ticks lately.
So
she's like, and you got to check the dog. Oh, dude, the other day there was something on the ground and the dog was chewing on. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's so slippery. This is really cool. What is it? Fully bloated, full of tick. It was slipping out of my hands. I didn't even know. And I was like, oh my
water
God.
Snake, one of them 80s water snakes.
Yeah, I was like, weird. Yeah, totally. I was like, this thing is so cool. I almost squeezed it. Luckily, I didn't. It would have been. But so she's like, yeah, boys have to check for ticks because girls. She's like, girls aren't good at it. And I was like, yeah, but we're equal.
Ticks are nasty. I pick them out and then I crush them with my fingers, like, and I can hear it pop.
Oh, that's like a flea, I think.
No, they're ticks, but just they're not engorged.
Oh, because fleas will be like.
No, fleas are little too. These are pretty big.
Yesterday,
and they're maybe the size of my pinky tip.
Yeah, no, we get them out here. They're all in the native grasses. Dude, the other day I was singing a song to Payne
Burn them.
that I wrote. Fucked them. Damn near killed them. Whoop, there's Payne. I wrote a song about Jenny.
I wrote a song.
And I sang it to Payne. And I was like, hey, Payne, what'd you think about that one? I wrote that for Mama. He's like, how big is a flea's brain? I was like, okay.
Hey, what up, Payne?
You
We're just talking to see. You must have heard his name like 50 times.
Creeping, we can get with these.
We were just talking about you, bruh.
All right, let's do it. Let's wrap it, kid. Thank you.
Hey, real quick, here, kill the live really fast, and then I got to ask you some questions too before we join Jet. But kill the live.
Let me go kill it.
All right, let's see here real fast. Let me do this.
Let me do
this. It still says live, damn it.